knew that was something that was we were going towards.
Yeah. So I was looking up some research on NFPA because I really was interested to see what the statistics were of firefighters across the country. Now, this goes back to 2015. I couldn't find anything more recent, so I'm not sure where it's hiding or if they don't have the info out yet. But a 2015 department profile actually showed that the United States had 1,160,450 firefighters. So 1.1 million firefighters in the country.
Okay.
This is where something I didn't realize. Only 30% of that 1.1 million are career.
Oh, yeah.
70% are considered volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
That is huge.
That's astonishing numbers. The problem nowadays is that the volunteer numbers are dwindling.
Yeah.
I just got an email today from Pennsylvania saying they're trying to get assistance from the state in order to help recruit, retain, train, all that for the volunteer system. But sadly, the way it's going is it's going career. I mean, it's going paid. People are working jobs. People back in the day used to want to help out their community, used to want to volunteer, and now all of a sudden it's, I got to make more money. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to support a family. I can't spend my day volunteering.
And it's not only that, too, but it's also a lot of these rural areas that were mainly volunteer are now starting to build up. Mm-hmm. You know, the bigger cities or the bigger areas are now starting to kind of spread out.
The suburbs are pushing.
Yep.
A lot.
And, I mean, look at our department. I've only been here, 5 years?
Yeah.
But you said you've been here for, 10?
It's been
11?
Over 12 now.
12? 13? 14? Just keep going.
We've expanded the highway twice.
Yeah, but they're constantly expanding. Almost every time they get done spanning a road down here, they go, "Oh crap, it's not wide enough."
We didn't forethought that enough.
Yeah,
we didn't look into the future.
But you look at that, and you look at our department's history. Our department was only basically created in 1978. Was the official?
It's going to be 40 years.
Creation. Yeah, we're almost at 40 years here in June. Mm-hmm. So, but you look at that and go, in 40 years. We have gone from
one traffic light.
Now, I wasn't down here, so I'm going based off of information from Sean and stuff too.
What we know.
But yeah, we've gone from basically a 2-lane road that was practically dirt or was dirt.
I think so, with a swing bridge.
And we've gone today to this. I can't even explain it. I mean, it's huge and it's ever growing.
Yeah, one intersection has 9 lanes on it.
Yep. And it's just you look at that and you look at just 40 years. 40 years is not a long time. No. You know, and you look at 40 years of a town that was super small and is now growing to where the point is now we have at least 150 around that number career firefighters. That's crazy.
Yeah.
In 40 years.
And we started out all as volunteer.
Yeah.
At this department. And
and that's a big problem too right there is that the ever expanding growth of our population is kind of forcing departments to go career instead of volunteer.
Else.
Yeah. I know back up in Illinois, there were several departments that were volunteer that are now similar to us that are just exploding and now have 12 stations. Yeah. And they used to only have one.
Well, I know where I started. They have now gone to paid daytime staffing. So putting 2 or 3 people on the rig Monday through, actually I think it might be 7 days a week. And relying strictly on the volunteer system still at night, which obviously is when most of the fires are.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a progressive department, and so is the surrounding area. But you sat on top of each other.
Yeah.
And still couldn't find enough volunteers to help out.
Yeah. Before we move on, you actually found some interesting articles from firerescue1.com.
Yes.
But before we move on, I actually found another interesting thing too, and this kind of just shows you the magnitude of the size of departments. This is based off the same profile in 2015, but there was 29,727 total departments, and only 9% of them were career. Just to kind of put it into I mean, that's crazy.
Especially when you look at a big city like FDNY, DC, Baltimore,
Chicago,
San Francisco, Chicago,
LA.
Miami. Knowing the size of those departments and knowing how large they are, Charleston, South Carolina,
Yeah.
Columbia, South Carolina. I mean, you look at all these places and there's a lot of people that work there and a lot of stations, but yet we're still only 9%.
Yeah.
I mean, volunteer system is alive and well, but just not everywhere.
Yeah. Well, you found a couple interesting articles. One of them, when you first sent it to me, I was kind of confused because the title of it was 4 Reasons You Shouldn't Become a Firefighter. And at first, when I first read that, I was like, this is supposed to be how to become a firefighter, not like to tell people how, like, don't become one.
I didn't send it to you to confuse you.
I know, but this is kind of here's lesson 1. Read into it before you just don't judge off of one thing. Make sure you read it. So once I really got the chance to read it, it really made sense. And these 4 topics that they talked about or reasons why you shouldn't become a firefighter really made sense. And we talked about them recently in one of them. And the first one was that you're only in it for the wages. And we talked about this in a podcast, I think 2 episodes ago. I believe we were talking about it.
Yeah,
One of them.
so.
But we were talking about it about we don't do this for the money.
No.
But the first one was, you're only in it for the wages. And it talks about too many future firefighters. They get mesmerized by dollar signs. First off, I want to know what dollar signs are getting mesmerized by.
Where are you working? Let us know.
Where are you working?
Kind of curious.
The Hamptons in New York, maybe. I don't know. But I found this very interesting, just on the wages alone. What do you think about?
So a lot of people I've seen jump ship. All right, being in the military, being a Air Force firefighter, I have seen a lot of people go work for a department and then, I'm gonna go leave this civilian department because I want to go work DoD. All right, why do you want to go work DoD? So I can make $80,000-$90,000 a year. Okay, what are you going to do then? What do you mean? What's the stigma? Are you going to run some calls? What are you doing? Where are you going? Oh, no, they don't run many calls. So you're moving just for the money. Let's keep in mind here the grass isn't greener on the other side.
Yeah.
There's something that you have to give up if you want to make more money.
Absolutely.
So,
and like you just said with the DoD, it's experience and call volume.
Yeah.
You're
not gaining any of that. You're losing all of that.
Absolutely. And that's my biggest question with that, because there was when I had my paramedic license, there was people that told me, why don't you go DoD? You can make so much more money. Mm-hmm. And then I talked to people just out of curiosity, and they were like, oh yeah, we sit around all day and we try to find things to do. And I'm like,
I mean,
it doesn't appeal to me. I want to be able to like run calls and train and do things like that.
Now let me back up for half a second. Not all DoD doesn't run calls. All right, there are places out there where their installation commander or whoever's in charge of the base has allowed them to run mutual aid. Those are the places that DoD, the hard chargers that want to be firefighters, try to get to. There's a place in North Carolina. There's a place in DC. There's just a few of the ones that I know. But there's not a lot. Most of the time they just sit on the base and that's all they're responsible for. And I can't imagine showing up for shift and being like, okay, cool. Another day of just making money and not running calls.
Yeah. And see, that doesn't appeal to me.
That's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't appeal to me. I rather get a part-time job somewhere than focus on a department that's going to pay me more to do absolutely.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, there's different ways to make money out there, but for the people that do it, they love it. I haven't heard anybody say that they don't want to do it. But once again, what are you sacrificing for it?
Yeah.
So.
Well, the second one that was interesting, this is a good one because there are some fairly decent benefits. But the other one said you're only in it for the benefits. And yes, benefits can be really good.
Yes.
They can. Our department in particular has some really great benefits, and I know some other departments.
Some of the best.
Yep. And I know some other departments that I've talked to people that I have friends that are on that have some great benefits. But again, it's one of those, don't do it for the wrong reasons. And we said before, firefighting is not one of those careers where you could just come into it and go, yeah, I want to give this a try. You have to have some sort of a passion for it. I'm not saying you have to come in like balls to the wall, excited, but you have to at least have some sort of a passion to want to do it.
Yeah, you can't just be like, okay, cool, let me go try this out. Oh, sounds like fun. Oh, just saw the fire truck go by. Let me go see if I can apply for a job there. Or maybe, hey, if you're doing it for the right reason, you want to go volunteer somewhere, that's awesome. But, if you're in it strictly for the benefits, benefits are usually fairly decent. So,
and if it is one of those things though, where you come in and say, yeah, I kind of want to give it a try, I'm going to tell you right now, you better come with your A game.
Yeah,
you better walk in that door willing to learn every single aspect of it, and not have the attitude of, I'm just trying it out, because you're gonna do badly. You're gonna fail. And
it's not that you're gonna do badly, but my wife, your wife, want to make sure that we're training and we're dealing with some of the best in case, God forbid, something happens to us.
Yeah.
I don't want you just here just because it sounded like it was fun.
Yeah, because I'll tell you right now, I would, whether it's myself or anyone else, I would never want to see someone get seriously injured or even lose their life because of someone who was just here for a payday or the benefits and just didn't really want to be here. Yeah. And that's what I tell a lot of newer firefighter, or not only newer firefighters, but people that are aspiring to be a firefighter. I tell them that when they ask me, you need to really think about this, and you need to really think, is this what I want to do? Yeah. Do I want to do this before you even do it? Because it's not something that like I said, you're just going to walk right into and go, I'm going to give this a try. I'm sorry, it's not McDonald's or, some other simple job like that. It's
this, yeah.
You have people's lives in your hands.
You need to be able to do it and make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons.
Absolutely.
Plain and simple.
What about number 3, which was you're only in it for the schedule? Because we do have sweet schedules. I won't lie about that. So we have awesome schedules.
Realistically, working 10 days a month, again, affords you that opportunity to either A, spend time with family, which, all of us are guilty of maybe not doing that enough. I stay busy. My wife knows it, and it stinks. But we work through it. I try to schedule some days and times to hang out. I've got days off, but, everybody has to work.
Yeah.
But 10 days a month right now is pretty nice. And if you want a part-time job to make that extra money, that's how you do it. Now, this is from the career standpoint. As a volunteer, you could take off whenever you want.
Yeah.
Hey, that doesn't sound like something I want to go to. I'm just going to hang out here at the house. Or, it's a fire and everybody shows up.
Yeah. But there's also something to say about that schedule, though, too, of people that come in and just say, yep, I just want that 24/48, or some departments have the 48/96.
24/72.
Yeah. There's tons of different ones.
24/96.
But there's something to say, though, about people that also come into this career because they say, oh, I want that schedule. I just want to go to work every, whatever it is, 3 days, 4 days, and work for 24 hours and do whatever. Because, honest to God, I think people that put in more time outside of that 24 hours are people that really, truly show their passion for the business. They want this business to grow and evolve. Not just come in every 24 hours and put their time in and go home and see you later.
Yeah. Turn off everything. Don't worry about it. Just, yep, okay, I was there for 24. I did my job. I'm out. I get it. People have lives. Things happen. But it's tough to do.
And it's not even just like volunteering to do things, but it's also just, events, department events, other things like that. And I'm guilty of it too, because there's been some things that I have avoided in the past you know, like an apartment things where people showed up and